All right, so real quick, like I mentioned with the inauguration, current events, that'd be great. That'd be great. We'll see if Connor does that. Oh, no. Anyway, big news yesterday. Did anybody get to watch it? Yeah? Get to check it out, the inauguration. You talk about the NCAA title game yesterday? You watched that one? I watched it until it was like 31-7, and I was like, okay, I'm done. Yeah, I'm done. We're going to bed. But I guess Notre Dame came back. Yeah, Notre Dame came back. All right, real quick here. So four main functions of the government, and then I wanted you to give examples of them. So you already, since you weren't here, Violet, since you weren't here, just pay attention. You guys can write this down and you're all caught up. Does that make sense? Okay. So what we got, number one, what's one of the functions of government? Those who are here. Katie, go ahead.
Providing public services.
Yeah, good job. Providing public services is one function of government. What's an example? What example do you put down?
Fire department.
Okay, yeah, all right, good job. So when it comes to police department, when it comes to other services there that are providing for the people. Another one would be education, right? That's a good one. Anybody else have something different? What? Transportation, yeah, good job. There is public forms of transportation. That's a good example too. Anything else? Anything else? Oh, Charlotte? Okay, so another function, yeah, all right, so good examples there of public services, we good? Good, all right, maintaining social order, good job. So what examples do you have for maintaining social order? What examples do you have? Katie, what do you got? Yeah, good job, making laws, good job. Okay, anything else? Do we have a police force? Yeah, you kind of said about the fire department, and yep, okay, making sure we protect those. All right, good. Judicial processing, judicial measures. Okay, so that's important, a court system. So we can solve some of these issues, civil and criminal, right? So those are all good examples that you can use for maintaining social order. We can't have chaos and anarchy, can we? No, right? We need to feel protected. We need to make sure that we can get to work on time. We need to make sure we can do our everyday things. Yeah? Yeah, no, that's all right, so there you go. What's another function? Go ahead, Olivia. Yeah, providing national security. So write that one down too. What's another example here? What do we got for an example for providing national security? Go ahead, Olivia. Yeah. Good job. So military, that'd be a perfect example. Okay. So you think about the branches of our military, if you really want to go in depth, that'd be cool. All right. But yeah, providing a national defense, okay, protecting us from foreign adversaries, terrorist organizations, you name it. So military would be a good example. I know we talked a little bit about it on Thursday, mentioning about the cost for it, the funding, right? We spend a lot of money on our military budget, but it's important, right? We want to make sure that we are protected here. And there's a reason why there's only a handful of events that happen, that tragic events, like Pearl Harbor, 9/11, right? Again, we have our military strongest in the world, strongest the world's ever seen. And there's a reason why we're protected here at home, right? Yeah, okay, good. What's the last one? What's the last one we mentioned? So maintaining social order, public services, right? What else did we say? National defense. What's the last one? All right, the economic decisions, right? So last one is economic decisions. Good. All right, what examples do we have here? What examples do we have for economic decisions? What do we got? Working. Working. Okay. All right. Okay. So you're saying about wages, right? So that there's a national wage there, a minimum wage that people can make. Right. So obviously affordability, I know nowadays it's pretty tough with inflation, but there's a minimum wage that's set. Okay. That companies, businesses have to make sure that their workers are making. When it comes to certain benefits, personal days, sick days, right? Safety precautions in the workplace. Okay. PTO, all right, yeah, good example.
Oh, good.
Good. Interest rates, interest levels, making sure that they're set at an appropriate level, depending on the housing market, right? Depending on the economy in general, right? So you can purchase a car, that you can purchase a house, okay? Again, depending on the situation. I know the housing market now is in a weird situation, right? It's almost like a housing bubble in a way. So anyway, interest rates, depending on how high or low they are, right, will help obviously with purchasing power, what people can afford. All right, good. Anything else? I think we did talk about some government programs that help assistance, right? When you think about workers' comp, when you think about different types of programs to help people, right, that are in need, okay? So you think about food vouchers, food stamps, things like that, that the government helps people out, welfare. Yeah, those are all examples you can use too. Other agencies, like during the Great Depression, that were created to give people jobs, so government funded jobs, right? So when you think about that, obviously that's important. What's that? Yeah, all right. So the FDIC, that's an agency that was created to make sure that the government, these banks had a sound currency behind it, right? So that there would be no bank runs that would happen where they just run out of money and then you're out of savings or anything like that, that your money is safe, sound with the banks. That's a good one too. Good. All right, is there any questions, guys, on the main functions? 4 main functions. We all right? Okay, we're gonna move on. We're gonna talk about the theories of government now. So I was gonna put a term up for you, but it's literally just the theories of government, so it's pretty self-explanatory. So here we go. Let's get to it. Whenever it wants to load. There we go. There we go. All right, Yara, this is what it looked like here at the slides. I'll show you where to find the slides in, okay? All right, there's a part within the modules that you can click on it and you can follow along as I'm going through it. Then you just write notes on the side. Does that make sense? I'll show you then. All right, again, easy way to remember these 4 main functions. When we get to the test, which is going to be some time yet, right? Just make sure you have examples that you can provide. All right, let's get to the theories of government. All right, so again, as we're looking at it, here's a good way of looking at the theories. You can break it down into 4 sections. I think this is helpful, right? Hopefully we can bring our iPad next time.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. All right, first one, evolutionary theory. What do we think? What does this mean? Evolutionary theory of government. What do you think? Anybody want to look this up or maybe give a guess? Xavier, go ahead. Government standpoint started. Yeah, this is what we're trying to get into. Like, this is where these beliefs, these ideas of how government came about. Like, why did people, societies around the world say, hey, we need government? And these are theories of how it started, how it began. What do you think with evolutionary theory? What do you think? So back in the day, all right, when you think about even certain native tribes, who would they give power to? Who would they give power to? Would they give it to the youngest people? Would they? No, who would they give it to? The older people, the eldest, right, in the tribe or these groups. Why the older people? Why would the eldest get the decision making? Why would they make the decisions for, let's say, the tribe or the group of people? Charlotte? Yeah, most experienced. They've been around the block a little bit, right? Yeah. So a lot of times, I don't know, when your parents leave you, you and your siblings there, a lot of times the older person, the older sibling would say, hey, you're in charge. You make sure they're protected, right? They're a wealth of knowledge. Yeah. Is that always true with some older people? Probably not, right, Katia? Yeah, probably not. So when we think about evolutionary theory, this is the idea where government came about because we have these extended families, right? These groups of people that associate with themselves within a community. And they say, hey, the eldest people, they're the ones who should make decisions. They're the ones who should make policy that affects us all. Why? Because they've been around the longest, right? They're the ones who experience the world already. They already have some of the answers that we can utilize to help us out in our everyday life. So evolutionary theory, there you go. There you go. All right, so when we get to the amendments, maybe some of you, a lot of times people bring up an amendment saying, hey, we should have a limit when it comes to serving in office or president. Like 8-year-old guys, what are we doing? Right? Are they with the times? Maybe, maybe not. Right? Can't have these guys snoozing up behind the podium, right, Charlotte? Yeah, there's a lot of big decisions to make. We can't have them fall asleep or losing track of where they're at. Come on now. Yeah. And let's face it, some old people are stuck in their ways, aren't they? Yeah, right. They're not open to new things. Trump with the TikTok ban? All right, 90 days now. You got it back, you TikTokers in here. Yeah? No? Anybody on TikTok in here? Katia, you watch TikTok? Oh, Or you would just constantly scroll and look at the videos? Did you get like warped into it sometimes? My wife sometimes just constantly, I'm like, stop it. What are you doing? Don't do this. Yeah. All right, force theory. So plain and simple, says it right in the name, right? When it comes to government, when it comes to authority, whoever's stronger, more powerful, they're the ones who make decisions. Okay. A lot of times in native tribes too, right? You think about that, they kind of fight for who's going to become the next king, the next leader of the society, the tribe. So a lot of times they'd have a competition, maybe fight it out, duke it out, literally, maybe to the death to see who's going to lead. You guys ever see Black Panther before? Yeah, right. You remember they duke it out to see who's going to be the leader? Yeah. And Black Panther just ripped off Lion King, which is also a rip off of Hamlet, Shakespeare. It's crazy, isn't it? Yeah. All right. Anyway, force theory. If you're just stronger, if you're more powerful, and yeah, you make the decisions. Okay. Macho, man. Yeah. I make decisions. I'm powerful. Okay. Whoever wins arm wrestling competitions, who knows? Right, Olivia? Divine right theory. What does divine right mean? These leaders are chosen by who? Divine right. Yeah, gone. All right, good. All right, so people, societies believe that their leaders, kings, emperors, you name it, chosen by God. Can you argue against that? Can you? Unless you want to get killed, right? You want to get burned on the cross, or you want to get your head locked off. Yeah, I don't know who, whatever it might be. Right? So in other words, divine right theory, God has chosen these people to become leaders. You can't argue against it because if you argue against the king, you're arguing against God, right? So that put people obviously in their place, so to speak. Anyway, you talked about the age of absolutism. You remember that? Divine right leaders. Yeah. Louis the 14th. Remember him? There's a picture of him over here in the window. All right, nice drawings. Henry VIII, he was considered a divine right leader. Remember him? Probably remember him for his divorce. His. Huh? Henry VIII? Okay, all right. Divine right theory, chosen by God. You guys got it? Okay. So this is again, this idea where government came out because the religion, right? Religion being a high priority. All right, last thing here, social contract. All right, social contract, Thomas Hobbes, I know Jean-Jacques Rousseau came up with his own interpretation of social contract too. But this is an agreement between government and the people of what role government should be. All right, so it depends. All right, a lot of times here in a democracy, you'll have a social contract with the government. Right, I know Thomas Hobbes there, he didn't believe that there should be a democracy. He believed an absolute monarchy was needed. We all know now, maybe not the right choice. Jean-Jacques Rousseau comes around and says, hey, that contract between the people and the government should be an agreement, right? Is an agreement depending on what situation, what events are going on, where people might give government a little bit more power, or let's say take it away, right? Or give them less power, limited power. You guys ever heard of limited government before? Yeah. So the social contract theory is the people and the government agreeing on what kind of powers the government should have. What kind of power should they should have within the society? Who they should choose to lead the society, the civilization. Right. Anyway, these are the common 4 theories of where government came around, how it believed to be. Anyway, is there any questions on the theories of government? Anyway, last thing here, your bell ringer for tomorrow. Just give you a head start. Which one do you think is more truthful? Which one do you think where government came around? What do you think? What theory do you believe is the best one to explain how government came around? Social contract? Okay, all right. Charlotte, you think that too? What do you think? Where did this all begin? Don't know. Huh? You don't know. Okay, it's 8 period, relax, put the news on. Jaden, what do you think? Social contract. Social contract, all right. Yara, what do you think? Yeah. Okay. Katie? Ooh, say that again. Little bit of all. All right, yeah, I think we all can agree to that too, right? Anyway, just opinionated, maybe that's the bell ringer for tomorrow. I like that one, a little bit of all of them, yeah, yeah. Okay, any questions, guys? We good? All right.